Okay, question number 15. Clue is contrast word here. We tag it as contrast word based question, which means the answer will be after the contrast word. In the paragraph as you just seen through, if you find a contrast word, you will have answer after the contrast word. 5 steps to practice. Step 1, analysis of the question. Always look into the question and take time with patience. Understand the question. What does the question mean? What are the hedging words? Hedging words means keywords. Okay. Step 2, identify the contrast word. Since it is a contrast word based question, as you just glance through, need not read in detail, glance through. If you can find a contrast word, then look for synonyms, okay, in the text as well as in the question. 4th step, summarize the text. 5th one, compare the answer options with the text to eliminate. Then confirm and mark the correct answer. So coming to the first step, step 1, why does the writer tell the story of the news reporter? Those are the Zoom can tell me what are the hedging words, and others can type in the chat box what are the hedging words. This is known as the question stem, first line of the question. Main.
Why?
Yeah, they're asking for a reason. Why does the writer tell the story of the news reporter? Okay. Ultimately, the main thing is why, the reason. In the answer options, what are the hedging words?
Causes.
Causes. Okay.
Fear.
Yes, fear.
Fear.
Yes.
Nature.
Nature.
Strange. Yeah, strange nature of nature. Okay. Misunderstanding. Okay. So these are the hedging words. Okay, now there are differentiating words. For example, first one says to explain. Second one says to address. Third one says to illustrate. Fourth one says to clarify. Okay, those are the differentiating words. Now explain the causes. Why does the writer tell the story of the news reporter? Which means the first paragraph speaks about a news reporter. Is it to explain the causes of migraine aura or to address the fear? To address means to tackle the fear surrounding migraine aura, or to illustrate the strange nature of migraine aura. To illustrate means to establish, to clarify a misunderstanding about migraine aura. Okay. So the concept is about migraine. Just I'll give you 1 minute. Glance to this and find out the contrast word.
However, but.
Where is it? Which line?
Third line, Father.
Okay.
Last second line.
But. Now, after, however, do you have anything similar to any of these options? Do you have a synonym of bizarre somewhere in any of these options? We have highlighted causes. Okay, fear.
Strange is the first.
So strange is the synonym of bizarre, strange nature, bizarre speech difficulties, uncommon symptom of aura. So do you have any similarity with any of these options? What comes after contrast word? The sentence starting with contrast word. Okay, let's see. Once you are competent, you require only one step, this step. Don't worry about all the steps. Once you are competent, you are going to look into only one step. What we did just now, you will understand it. But you need language competency, for which we will explain the same thing. Okay, we saw the contrast word here, however. Okay, and after the next contrast word, you have another word, odd disturbances. Odd again means strange, right? Let's look for synonyms. Synonyms are strange, option C. Here is strange. Then bizarre, odd. The text gives bizarre and odd for strange. We will understand this whole text by summarizing the text. Okay. So how can you summarize that? The incident happening is TV news reporter mumbled unintelligible words. Mumbled means the words were not clear. You have seen some people who have stage fear when they start speaking. Okay, that's how it happened. And as the paramedics attended, the worry was that she had suffered a stroke live on air. Others wondered if she was drunk or on drugs. Now the response, if somebody does this, what will be the response? Now somebody is mumbling something which has no connection. What will be the response of the people? Response from the listeners or audience? Somebody said maybe she had a stroke, mild stroke. Someone said, no, she must be drunk. Some others said, no, she must be a drug addict. This is the beginning of the article, how beautiful they have put it. However, now, as I said, whatever comes after, however, is important. Okay. However, in interviews shortly after, she revealed that she had simply been starting a migraine. Reality is that starting of a migraine. So incident, TV news reporter mumbled unintelligible words, which people could not understand. There was no connection between the words. The response from the audience, from the listeners was, some said she had a stroke, some said she must be drunk, others said she must be a drug addict. But the reality was starting off a migraine. See, they see the situation. What is next? The bizarre speech difficulties she experienced are an uncommon symptom of aura. What is aura? Next portion of that sentence explains what is aura. The collective name for a range of neurological symptoms that may occur just before a migraine headache. Aura means a collection of symptoms. Aura refers to a collection of symptoms that may occur just before a migraine headache. So what is aura? Explained again. Then types of aura. Generally, aura are visual, for example, blind spots which increase in size or having a flashing, zigzagging or sparking margin, but they can include other or disturbance such as pins and needles, memory changes, and even partial paralysis. Types of aura is explained. Visual, experiencing pins and needles. Experience pins and needles means a sort of pin sensations, yeah? Pins and memory changes, partial paralysis, all these are types of aura, means types of symptoms. Now, this is the idea, structure of this paragraph. Now, this paragraph has 130 words. When you summarize it, you can summarize it to 71 words. See, that can be summarized as a US news reporter who gave an unintelligible live TV commentary, causing concern that she might have suffered a stroke, was drunk, or on drugs. However, it was later revealed that she was experiencing a migraine, specifically an aura, which can cause neurological symptoms like speech difficulties. Aura symptoms typically include visual disturbances, but can also involve sensations like pins and needles, memory changes, and even partial paralysis. Even you can go even shorter. See, this is 71 words. The next thing is going to be 51 words. Try this. You need patience. In the initial stages, try doing this. Write in your own words. Make mistakes, no problem. Let there be grammar mistakes or other problems. And sometimes you can even convert it into your own mother tongue to try to understand. So even shorter says, a US news reporter's unintelligible live TV commentary raised concerns about a stroke, intoxication, or drug use. It was later revealed she was experiencing a migraine with aura, a condition that can cause neurological symptoms like speech difficulties, visual disturbances, and other sensations such as pins and needles or memory changes. See, make it shorter. Try to understand. This is the step that gives you competence. Now, with this understanding, I hope you have got a gist of the whole paragraph. We are going into the fifth step, compare the answer options with the text to eliminate. Now, see, to explain the causes of migraine, did they speak anything about causes of migraine? What causes migraine?
No.
All
No,
the
Father.
symptoms, all those speech difficulties and visual problems, they are the effects, right?
Yes.
Effects of migraine. They are the
Migraine.
effects, not causes. So causes can be eliminated because versus the effects of beginning of migraine. Text speaks only about effects, not causes. If you remember the cause and effect language we learned, you understand this can be easily eliminated. Okay. Now, to address a fear surrounding migraine aura. Does it address any fear? Actually, it creates fear, like, you know, all these symptoms, when they explain, we really feel fear, right? They did not address, they did not solve, they did not find a solution for fear. There is nothing speaking about solving the fear. They did not console you saying that it's not fearful. Typically, it is fearful the way they have explained. And fourth one, to clarify a misunderstanding about migraine aura. Do they speak about any misunderstanding about migraine?
No.
They don't. They have a
No.
misunderstanding about the TV presenter, TV newsreader, but not about migraine aura. So to illustrate the strange nature of migraine aura is the only option left out. And strange, you have bizarre and odd words, contrast word, however, and answer happens after the contrast word.
Contrast
Okay.
word.
Then you have to confirm the answer. See, however, she had simply been starting a migraine. The bizarre speech difficulties, the strange speech difficulties she experienced are an uncommon symptom of aura. Okay, the collective name for a range of neurological symptoms that may occur just before a migraine headache. Now, whatever after the contrast word they are explaining are bizarre or odd or strange. Strange, what are strange? Bizarre, speech difficulties, one. See, blind spots, visual difficulties, right? Blind spots, which increase in size. Blind spots increase, have a flashing, experience of flashing. If you have experienced migraine, you will know these things. And zigzagging means you cannot see the things properly. Everything goes shaking and zigzagging. Sparking margin, you can't really locate the things properly. But they can only odd disturbances. Again, odd disturbances, strange disturbances like pins and needles, memory changes, and even partial paralysis. Do they all speak about strange things?
Yes.
What do you say?
Yes.
Yeah. After the contrast word, everything speaks something strange to illustrate the strange nature of migraine aura. Make sure that you mark it properly, the circle, fill the circle properly. Okay, don't put it right or some other thing on. You are supposed to fill with your pencil the circle given the answer booklet. Hope this is clear. So we are going
Yes.
to question
Yes, sir.
16. This is another
Yes.
one. Maybe if you have gone through the video in the previous video which was uploaded about OET sample 1 reading A, B, C, you will find at least 4 or 5 questions of this nature, which I am explaining now. The clue is name. This can be named as name-based question. Strategies, immediately you have to swoop down to the name in the text. If there is a name in the question stem, immediately you have to spot out that place in the text. Ignore the subject complements. Look for answer after contrast word. If there is a contrast word, there could be more than one clue. Here there is 2 clues. One is name, another one is contrast word. Then summarizing. Now come on. What are the hedging words here?
Name.
Yeah, name. When there is name, that is the main hedging word, right? Main hedging word is name. We are concerned about name. Now, if there is a name, immediately you have to go to that name. Could you just glance through fast? I'll give you 30 seconds to find out the name.
Middle of the paragraph.
Paragraph.
In the
Above
sixth line.
that concept.
Yeah, this one you mean?
Seventh line.
This one you mean?
Yes, Father.
Yes,
Father.
Yes, Father.
But I will highlight it as in red, saying danger. The question is the research by Nashin Hijkani into CSD. Then any other name? Do you have other names?
There is Achani. Admits.
Hajkani, yeah. Here there is Hajkani, yes. This is Hajkani alone. This is Hajkani and our team. And even before, in fact, many scientists. First you have many scientists, then you have Hajkani and team, then you have Hajkani alone. Now just let us try here hedging words in the answer options. Option A.
Relevance.
Less relevance. Whenever there is adjective, go with along with adjective, okay? Like strange. Option B.
Result.
Result.
Complicated.
Okay, complication.
Overturned.
Now, if there is a name, then they will confuse you with this strategy. See here, first they have put many scientists' findings. Then they have put Hajkani and her team. Again, many. And that the last Hajkani's views come in. So what comes after this one? The name. That other work she has done suggests that CSD may occur all over the brain, often unnoticed, and may even happen in healthy brains. If so, aura may be, other she has done suggests, may occur all over the brain, often unnoticed, and may even happen. What is the modal verb may indicating?
Possible.
Possibility. Are they sure? Are they sure?
No.
Father.
Is it a definite conclusion?
No, Father.
No, Father.
No. After, yeah, they are after the name. They are typically telling you again and repeatedly that the conclusion is not definite, maybe, a probability, a possibility. When you learned about modal verbs, you have learned it in detail. You can watch the videos in EduSkills YouTube channel. Any option telling you about maybe? Some synonymous of maybe?
Not
Any option?
D for the
Did not result in
Not
a
result.
definitive conclusion. Did not result in a definitive conclusion. Okay, has less relevance than many believe. They don't speak about anything, less relevance. See, migraine is often thought of as an occasional severe headache, but surely symptoms such as these should tell us there is more to it than meets the eye. What is this sentence?
Topic sentence.
Topic
Yeah,
sentence.
exactly. Topic sentence. And if you know how to understand the topic sentence, you will get the answer there itself. Do you have any clue here, the topic sentence? This is the controlling idea we call of the topic sentence.
More than it meets the height. So they have need to explore more.
Yeah, there is more to it than meets the eye. That is a controlling idea, which means it's not sure. It's not concluded. There is more to explore. We need to learn more. No definitive conclusion is possible now. The controlling idea, that's why I said take patience, analyze, and don't go to the next question at all. Maybe you do the text paper under exam conditions just for your satisfaction. After that, you take 1 day or 1 week for one text, one paragraph in the beginning stage. Try to understand these things. See, the controlling idea itself, once you are competent, that itself says the B option is the answer. Because it says there is more to it than meets the eye. Meets the eye means whatever research we have done, we have not concluded. There is more to study. Do you get me? Serious neurological disorder. And Hajkani and her team at Harvard Medical School managed to record an episode of CSD in a brain scanner during migraine aura. Hajkani admits, however, there is a however, again contrast word. I told you the second clue for you tells you the answer happens after that. That other work she has done suggests that CSD may occur all over the brain, often unnoticed, and may even happen in healthy brains. If so, however, may be the result of a person's brain being more sensitive to CSD than it should be. So it is not definitive. Conclusion is not sure. And they are not speaking anything about was complicated by technical difficulties. Nothing they are mentioning about technical difficulties or technical problems. Overturned years of acceptable knowledge. No, they have not confirmed anything now. They did not overturn. They did not even confirm. Okay. See, there is more than. See, migraine is often thought of. Thought of means not sure. Only thinking. Okay. It's not established fact. There is more to it than meets the eye. Topic sentence gives you idea. Then you have many scientists. Then you have Hajkani and our team. Then you have Hajkani alone. Let's check out how to summarize the paragraph. Okay, I'm not going to do for all the text like this, but I'll try to do this. Now you see here, heading topic sentence is there is more to it than meets the eye is the controlling idea. Then you have many scientists. You need not read those things and all these types of questions. You go back to that particular video which was uploaded earlier. Maybe soon after this, they will post the link in the comment space. And admins, if you can just post that link of the sample 1 mock test in the comment space, please do that. And go to it. You have more than 4 questions, I believe, at least 4 questions with the same strategy. Many scientists, Hajkani and team, then Hajkani. Many, 1. And the question is asking only about the research by Hajkani into CSD. What did it result? They are asking only about the result of research of Nashin Hajkani. Okay, now you see, you need not read so many things. When you glance through, you can understand. How do you summarize? Research by many scientists. The next, research by Nashin Hajkani and her team. Okay, means again many, here many. And she recorded an episode of CSD in a brain scanner during migraine aura. Okay, now her own other studies disproved this finding. Her own other studies disproved her own findings, which means not definite. Then, so aura may be the result of a person's brain being more sensitive to CSD. Maybe, not sure. Apply now. Summarizing the process. Apply the strategies. Swoop down to the name. Maybe with the name there is a team. We are not bothered. We are bothered. I am asking how is Mallesh, right? Mallesh temperature, or how is his health? Then somebody saying Mallesh and his team is not doing well. I'm not worried about Mallesh's team. I'm worried about Mallesh. Or saying many OET aspirants are not well. I am not worried about many OET aspirants. I am not worried about Mallesh and team. I am just worried about Mallesh. So immediately swoop down to the name. Maybe name and some other people are there. We don't want that. We want only a particular name. Look for an answer after contrast word. If there is a contrast word, usually there's also another clue here you have. However, after the name, you have the second clue I am giving you. Ignore the subject complements. Whatever comes in between is in between these paragraphs. See, Nirkani and her team at Harvard Medical School managed to record an episode at Harvard Medical School or Cambridge Medical School or some other medical school. We are not bothered. We don't want such subject complements. You can simply ignore them. Try to write the summary in your own words. Okay, here, once again, finding of many scientists, finding of Nushin Hajkani and her team, findings of other studies by Nushin Hajkani, and conclusion uncertain, maybe. Is that clear?
Yes.
Yes. You need to read
Yes.
to work out that. And I tell you, have patience and do the same material. Now go back and do the same material by yourself. Try to analyze the paragraphs. Try to understand. Okay? Try to understand. Take time. No issues. I'm telling you because I have seen hundreds of people writing exam repeatedly. Even if you try write 10 times, there is no use. That doesn't improve your competency. If you are ready to follow, we will take you step by step. Because anyhow, we are spending a lot of time. We will take you step by step, but we need, we are not in the real classroom. We need your response to see how competent you are, what help you require, what you don't understand. Okay? That each one will have to respond. The best place is to use YouTube comment space because easily I can find out. Or sometimes you can put in the main platform or your subgroups. You can even inform the admins what are your concerns. Then we'll explain in a more clear way. So, say summarizing. See, I am summarizing the whole paragraph what I read now. Nushin Hadkani recorded an episode of CSD in a brain scanner during migraine aura. Nushin Hadkani recorded an episode of CSD in a brain scanner during migraine aura. This confirmed that aura often precedes migraine pain. Aura often precedes migraine pain. However, contrast word, her other studies disproved this finding. Other studies disproved this finding. This study proved one, but the other study disproved one. So is the result sure? One study said 2 plus 2 is 4. One study said 2 plus 2 is 6. Is the result clear?
No.
Father.
No.
No.
So, however, her other studies disproved this finding. So, aura may be the result of a person's brain being more sensitive to CSD. Maybe. Maybe OET aspirants are lazy. Maybe. Am I sure?
No, sir.
No. Maybe OET aspirants don't have the patience to follow the guidelines. Maybe. I'm not sure. Maybe. Okay? Right. So, whenever there is a contrast word, the best example I repeat, see, imagine you are discussing with your friend about a proposal. Now, Sonia was speaking about her proposal or her sister's proposal with Shanmuga. Now, after 2 weeks, Shanmuga meets Sonia and asks her, how about the proposal that you were telling me about for your sister? Then Sonia responds saying that, oh, he is a really handsome guy and they loved each other, they liked each other. And he is really educated and he's settled in the UK. He has a good job. He has a very good family and top. Okay. However, he is a drug addict. What is the message? Is Sonia Babu happy about the proposal? Is she going to proceed with the marriage?
No.
No, Father.
No. That is it. Just questions. That is it. Just questions and contrast word based questions just tells that. There will be so many things saying positive, but after at the end they will say, however, he is a drug addict, which itself tells, wow, whatever is said is nullified. All those positives are nullified. So you can summarize the whole thing into such a small paragraph. That gives you a competency. See here, overturned versus confirmed in the text, it says previous knowledge was confirmed. See, Nishin Adkani recorded an episode of CSD in a brain scanner during migraine aura. This confirmed age-old belief that aura often precedes migraine pain. Here, overturned years of acceptable knowledge. Overturned means abolished or removed or vanished. But this is the option is just opposite to what is said in the text. Okay. And age-old belief. Okay. However, her other studies disproved this finding. Confirmed. One study confirmed, one study disproved. So the conclusion is not definite.
Not clear.
Yeah, so aura may be the result of a person's brain being more sensitive to CSD. Words, 2 or 5 words summarized into 45 words. You need to do this. It takes some patience in the initial stage, but I tell you, you will really enjoy. Hope you love OET. Do you have some more energy to go on? Type yes, if yes.
Yes,
Father.
Yes,
Father.
yes.
Yeah, keep smiling. And now here, could you tell me what type of question is this?
Lexical question.
Lexical.
Lexical question. But ultimately, there is a highlighted word. You need not look for the hedging word, right? You have to immediately go to that word in the text. Where is the word in the text? This word?
In the last bolded.
Last
Yeah,
fourth line.
Yes. And you have to read just what comes, the previous sentence. Read the previous sentence. Now let's read the options. The theory that connects CSD and aura. The part of the brain where aura takes place. Part of the brain. This means part of the brain. Or here, this means theory. Theory. And the simultaneous occurrence of CSD and aura. Simultaneous occurrence. Okay. Then ability to predict. Okay. Prediction when an aura happens. So what does this word is also known as a referent? The referent word, this means what? Just read the previous sentence. Nawshin Khani and her team at Harvard Medical School managed to record an episode of CSD in a brain scanner during migraine aura, having found a patient who had the rare ability to be able to predict when an aura would occur. This confirmed a long suspected link between CSD and the aura. So if you remember in the lexical question, there is a long video with so many lexical questions explained. In that video, it is in the EduSkills YouTube channel. I have explained clearly. If you don't find the answer, first look the previous sentence. If you don't find the answer, look the very next sentence after the highlighted word. Okay. So this confirmed a long suspected link between CSD and the aura that often precedes migraine pain. What does it mean? CSD and the aura.
Simultaneous.
Simultaneous. Synonymous is simultaneous. The simultaneous occurrence of CSD and aura. Link between CSD and the aura that often precedes migraine pain. The relation between these two. Okay. So ultimately, the whole text is speaking about this migraine aura. In the first paragraph, we have seen it, and the migraine pain. Now here, the theory that connects CSD and aura, they don't speak about any theory, do they? We have looked into already. We have read this paragraph. the part of the brain where aura takes place. This is not mentioning any part of the brain. They never spoke about a part of any part of the brain before this or in this context. And the ability to predict when an aura would happen. They speak something about here, having found a patient who had the rare ability to be able to predict when an aura would occur. This can never be predicting. They are speaking about a patient who had the rare ability to able to predict. The ability to predict when an aura would happen. You can confuse here, but then, you know, this always referent will be considered about the subject. Not about the object, about the subject. So this confirmed a long suspected link between CSD and the aura that often precedes migraine pain. So most often you have most often, remember this, most often the referent word, highlighted word will refer to the subject of the previous sentence. Subject of the previous sentence. But these are the rare occasions that you have. After the referent question, the answer will be explained. This confirmed alone, and the part of the this one, the simultaneous occurrence of the link between CSD and the aura that often precedes migraine pain means there is a paraphrasing of the simultaneous occurrence of CSD and aura. Is that clear? Question number 18. Okay. Clue is topic sentence itself. If you know this clue, you can do a lot of questions so easily because you need to read only the topic sentence. Within fraction of seconds, you find the answer and jump into the next question so that you have a lot of time to enjoy at the end of your examination. Okay. This is also a contrast word-based question. Second clue. First clue is topic sentence. Strategies are understand the hedging words in the question stem and answer options and understand the topic sentence. First, you have to understand the hedging words means keywords, main words in the question stem and answer options. Then understand the topic sentence, first sentence. Then synonyms, look into the synonyms and synonymous language. Look for answer after contrast word. If there is a contrast word, look for there is an additional clue. Okay. Tell me what is the hedging words here in the question stem.
Implication.
Implication is important. They are asking about implication, right? Like cause, effect, implication, complication. So that's also important. Implication of it can is answer option A. What is the hedging word or keyword?
Structural change.
Okay, come on. B. Treatment. Then third one. C. Diagnosis. See how the conceptual work hedging words beautifully given. Next one. Lead to more means complications. Having one migraine is likely to have more migraines. Repeated migraines means complications of migraine. See how beautifully, if you remember. Pardon? Yes.
Father, option A, why we cannot choose a migraine cause like a hedging word?
Migraine could cause.
Cause.
They are asking about implication.
Okay, Father.
What are the implication means what? Impact,
Okay.
effect. So structural change can be the effect.
Yes, Father.
So what? Just presume from your medical knowledge, general knowledge, migraine.
Yes, yes.
What can the treatment be the effect implication?
No structural changes.
No, Father. Structural changes, Father.
No, diagnosis cannot be the implication, right, of migraine. And leading to more, it can be. Having one migraine is likely to lead to more, can be one implication, probably. But then treatment can never be the implication of a migraine, right?
Okay,
Diagnosis
Father.
can never be the implication of something. That's the general knowledge.
When we
That's
are
why I said,
selecting, yes, Father, when we are selecting hedging words, we can underline migraine cause. Option A, Father.
Option migraine could cause a structural change. Yeah, that is the implication you can. But then the main idea is the implication is structural change, right? It can cause, yeah, that the whole thing is important. Definitely the whole option is important, but migraine is the common concept here. Whole article, all the questions are speaking about migraine. So that's a common aspect. We have to highlight it. Okay.
Yes.
It can cause a structural change. It can cause a treatment. It can cause a diagnosis. It can lead to more migraines. That way you'll have to read.
Thank you,
Okay?
Father. Thank you, sir.
Research, yeah. So implication, they are asking about the implication of this research. Now let's read the topic sentence. Hajkani has also been looking at the structural and functional differences in the brains of migraine sufferers. Topic sentence, how beautifully given. Do you have any clue to one of these A and B?
Changes.
A for
Yeah, structural change, right?
Structural change.
yes, Father.
Structural change. See how beautifully it is given. And so definitely this is the answer. This is the answer as per the topic sentence. What is the implication of her study? She is studying about the structural change. The whole paragraph is speaking about structural change. And your treatment can never be the implication of migraine. And lasting treatment, diagnosis, and having one migraine is likely to lead to more. That is also not mentioned here. Let's see. She and her. Now there is one more clue. I said contrast word. Where is the contrast word?
Last time, Father. Last time.
But is the contrast word. That's another clue to confirm your answer. Seeing you have got it from the topic sentence. Now you want to know whether it is right. Confirm it. But we found that if you have successive strikes of pain in the face area, it actually increases cortical thickness. What do you mean by cortical thickness?
Structural change.
Structural change.
That is the second clue. If you remember, this is the structure I have taught you. There are 4 types I explained. You should know definitely for all the competitive exams, you should know the paragraph structure. This is like this. Topic sentence, you have the answer. Again, in the conclusion, you have the answer. After the contrast word, there is another clue. That is a second confirmation for you. So the answer in the beginning, answer at the end. How sweet it is, you see. Don't feel like smiling? Okay, now here she and her team found thickening of a, see thickening. What is thickening? Structural, right? Okay. Which maps our sense of touch in different parts of the body. They found the most significant changes in the region that relates to the head and face. Head and face, structural, right? Following an
Father.
attack migraine. That is being repeated, structural, thickening, the cortical thickness, structural and functional differences, taka, 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 taka. And if you don't enjoy this, what else you can enjoy? For such an enjoyment for months together, you should pay more to the OET for giving such sweet, nice paragraphs, text. So that is great. So you have the answer here after the contrast word, topic sentence. So you see migraine. Question stem says about implications means effect. A option speaks about could cause means effect. Could cause means it can cause effect, structural change. B option about treatment. C option about diagnosis. D option lead to more complications. How beautiful. Opinion words, 19th one. Shall we go on?
Yes. Yes, sir.
So clue is opinion words. Believe, may, could. Okay. Strategies. Understand the hedging words in the question stem and answer option as usual. Then understand the topic sentence again. Synonyms. Synonymous language. What does the writer find surprising about Godsby's research? Hedging words. Fast.
Surprise.
Surprising. What does it speak? Surprising tells you?
Emotion.
Emotion. Okay. And Godsby's research. That is name. Yes. First, option A. The idea that migraine may not run in families.
Idea.
Idea. The fact that migraine is evident in infanthood. Fact.
Fact.
The link between childbirth and migraine. Link. Then the suggestion that infant colic may be linked to migraine. Surprising. Godsby's research. When you say emotion, can you just guess what will be the answer? Because it is speaking about somebody's research, somebody's opinion, somebody is surprised. I am surprised at our chief admin's dedication. Okay. Anjali's dedication. Then Shanmuga may say, oh, what dedication? We are also doing it. So what does it mean? What does it mean? What does it mean? My opinion, right? When I say I am surprised, that is my opinion. Someone else may refer. They may have a different opinion. It's only joking. Okay, Shanmuga will never think that way. Okay. So surprise, emotions are always subjective. So can it be an idea or a fact or a link or a suggestion?
Suggestion.
Possibility.
Suggestion.
Suggestion.
Possibility is
Suggestion,
suggestion.
Father.
Yeah. Just
Suggestion.
only a prediction. Okay, need not be sure. Let's see. I have highlighted that. May be correct or may not be correct. The topic
Correct,
sentence,
Father. Last,
work.
God's way
Yeah.
believes it's a possible that a baby.
Yes.
Find the answer. Third line.
Last.
Last.
God's way. Name is here, right?
Believes.
God's way believes.
Believe.
Believes is the
Suggestion.
opinion word, suggestion word. It is possible, probable. Again, opinion word. That a baby
Opinion.
with a tendency to migraine may not cope well with the barrage of sensory information they experience as their nervous system starts to mature, and the distress response could be what we call colic. Now let's see the topic sentence. Work with children is also providing some starting insights. Startling, right?
Yes, for the startling.
Okay. So startling insights. Is there a synonym? Surprising. Startling is
Surprising.
surprising. And children. Work with children is also providing some startling insights. So they are going to explain that startling insights. A study by migraine expert Peter Gottschalk, who splits his time between, see, these are subject complements, who splits his time between King's College London and the University of San Francisco. We are not bothered what he splits his time, what candy he eats, and where he works. We are not bothered. We are bothered about his study, right? So subject complements can be simply eliminated. Don't read those things. That will confuse you. Looked at the, Peter Goshby looked at the prevalence of migraine in mothers of babies with colic, the uncontrolled crying, and now see, after hyphen means that will be explaining the previous sentence. Colic. What is colics? The uncontrolled crying and fussiness often blamed on sensitive stomachs or reflux. Colic means the uncontrolled crying and fussiness of kids. Mummies will know better. Okay. He found that there are 154 mothers whose babies were having a routine 2-month checkup. The migraine sufferers were 2.6 times as likely to have a baby with colic. 2.6 times. Also a number is another clue here. Those mothers who have migraine, their kids are more likely to have 2.6 times likely to have migraine. So likely again, opinion word, right? Probable, possible, maybe, believes. Surprising about Gospel's research is the idea that migraine may not run in families. It's opposite, right? Now he is suggesting it can run in families 2.6 times. So this is the opposite of what the text speaks. And the fact that migraine is evident in infanthood. Do they say it is evident?
Likely. It is not confirmed. They have said likely.
Likely, yes. Not evident. Opposite. The scale, a different scale. The link between childbirth and onset of migraine. Do they speak anything about childbirth, labor room, and other things?
No.
No, Father.
Nothing is mentioned. Okay, this is childbirth. This is, the question is about, the topic sentence is speaking about children. Only after birth they are called children, right? So
Yes.
nothing to do with your labor room and delivery and birth. That is so easy and clear. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Again, one more word is there, could be. Could be also says not sure. Suggestion. 20th one clue is topic sentence. Topic sentence contrast. If you don't understand topic sentence, please, if you don't understand any of the words that I am using or phrases I am using here, if you don't understand, please type in the suggestions. Admins will collect and give me those suggestions. If many of you don't understand the paragraph structure or the topic sentence or the controlling idea, I will explain that in detail. Okay. So clue is topic sentence. Again, you have contrast word based questions. See how many of them in the official sample. Strategies, look for answer after the contrast word that you know, and synonyms and synonymous language. For every question you need synonyms and synonymous language. That's why I asked you to create a diary of synonyms, synonymous language, and paraphrasing. Okay, come on now. Question 7. According to Marla, what is unusual about the brain of migraine sufferers? What is the edging word?
Marla Michael Board.
Okay. What is unusual about the brain of migraine sufferers? Unusual. Option A.
Face.
Fails to filter. Filter next.
Struggles.
Struggles to interpret.
Struggles to interpret. This is speaking about the function of the brain, right? Slow
Yes,
to
that.
respond.
Slow to respond.
Then does not pick up
Does
Not
not
pick up.
filter.
on important information. Okay, fails to filter means it doesn't filter the information. Migraine, if there is migraine, in common understanding, if you have gone through, if you have experienced migraine, or from the experience of your patients, you know, are you able to filter the things when you have migraine, when you have severe migraine headache? Will you be able to see what is good, what is bad, what is this, what is important, what is not important? Yeah, from common sense, you can understand the answer, but don't worry. Since you are health professionals, you should know that by your sense. Cool. Struggles to interpret visual input. It is slow to respond to sudden changes. It does not pick up on important information. Let's go for the contrast word first. Where do you have the contrast word? Just glance through. It's 30 seconds.
But father.
But is
Last third sentence.
And the strategy says if you have a contrast word, the answer will happen after the contrast word. But in people with migraine, the response doesn't diminish over time. They seem to be attending to things they should be ignoring. They seem to be attending to things they should be ignoring. I said subject complements are not important. Ignore them. Subject complements are not important details. They are not relevant to find out your answers. So simply ignore the subject complements. Now this says they seem to be attending to things they should be ignoring. They seem to be attending to things that are not relevant. Is there any similarity with any of the options?
Option A.
Yeah.
Yeah, it fails to filter out irrelevant details. This is the paraphrasing. They seem to be attending to things they should be ignoring. They are attending to the things which they should ignore. Maybe when you have migraine, everyday child cries. But when you have migraine, you get irritated so much. Right? Actually, those are the things which you used to ignore. Or when you have migraine, your husband or wife or somebody do something, you get angry. Because your brain simply attends to things which you have to ignore. And when you have migraine, they have to smoke. Until then, you never see the smoke in the kitchen or some other problem. Then now, when you have migraine, you feel so bad. No, you are attending to those things which you are ignoring every day. Okay, or some smell. You get irritated with that perfume. But every day you used to ignore it. That was cool for you. See, after the contrast word, you have the answer. You have to just compare, read what is given after the contrast word. You can simply find the answer immediately there and compare with these options. It struggles to interpret visual input. It doesn't say. It is slow to respond to sudden changes. It doesn't say. It does not pick up on important information. It says it picks up unimportant information, but that doesn't mean it does not pick up unimportant information. It will pick up important as well as unimportant, irrelevant informations. Linked to this idea, researchers are finding differences in the brain function of the migraine sufferers. See, topic sentence this is a topic sentence, and it speaks about the brain function. So now you have to look for, as I taught you the strategy, if the topic sentence speaks about function 1, function 2, function 3. If it speaks about effects, effect 1, effect 1, effect 3. If it speaks about a problem, reasons 1, 2, 3. If it speaks about a problem, solution 1, 2, 3. How nice. See, now, function of migraine sufferers, even between attacks, Migro, a vision specialist in the university, all these visions will read all what she is, where she is, Canada. All these things are not necessary. These are irrelevant details which only the migraine people will pick up. Migraine aspirants. Okay, migraine OST aspirants will read. Otherwise, you did not read these things. Found heightened sensitivity to visual stimuli. See, found heightened sensitivity to visual stimuli. But then one option says it struggles to interpret. Just opposite, right? Struggles to interpret visual input. Found heightened sensitivity to visual stimuli means it doesn't struggle. It has high sensitivity to visual input. Everything enters its eyes. So this is opposite of what is given in the text. in the supposedly normal period between attacks. Usually, the brain comes to recognize something repeating over and over again as unimportant and stop noticing it. But usually, brain just ignores what happens repeatedly every day in our life. But after contrast word, I said, what said previously is nullified. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
And it's so easy and you will enjoy it. And only a couple of strategies and structures you have to learn, then everything is same, only the subject changes, but strategies are same. See, but contrast word, brain function, okay. Response doesn't diminish, okay. See option says it is slow to respond to sudden changes, but the question text says the response doesn't diminish, it is not slow. Okay? So the C also is opposite to the text. Now let's see how to understand this topic sentence linked to this idea. Researchers are finding differences in the brain function of migraine sufferers. So this is the topic sentence, brain function of migraine sufferers. Sorry. First one says, what is the first function? Heightened sensitivity to visual stimuli. First function says heightened, more sensitivity, but your option says less sensitivity. And second function, attending to things they should be ignoring. There are two functions given in this. Topic sentence speaks about function of migraine sufferers. First function, second function. Only two functions are given. And as I told you earlier, one of those functions must be the answer. Okay? Now, heightened sensitivity to visual stimuli. It is opposite to option B, which says it struggles to interpret a visual input. Just opposite. Okay. Now, see, response doesn't diminish. But in people with migraine, the response doesn't diminish. Is opposite to C option. C option says it is slow to respond to sudden changes. But the text says response doesn't diminish. It is not slow. Just opposite to C option. Attending to things they should be attending. See? So this is A. Attending things they should be ignoring is the paraphrasing of A option. It fails to filter out irrelevant details. You have to write down these paraphrasing in your diary of synonyms, synonymous, and paraphrasing. Follow all these three things. You can have a segment of a book or a separate diary. That's going to be very, very useful for you. But then don't go get into the list of synonyms. That doesn't help you. You get more than enough synonyms and synonymous language and paraphrasing from your own materials. In the context, you have to understand. Okay, paragraph structure. Brain functions, function 1, function 2. And as I said, one of these functions must be the answer. Cool. If you have not done it, please go and click a like. That will help a lot to reach out to deserving candidates. Okay, those 5 steps. I have not explained in all the paragraphs with 5 steps. But first one I have explained. Take that and do with the same thing with other paragraphs, other texts. If I do that, it will take a very long time for each text. I want you to do it. Okay. Other thing, please write down this. Go to the previous video of which link is being posted by the admins here. Please see that you join the main platform. The link is in the description of this video. What is this? A lexical question. Right. So you need not highlight. It is already highlighted. And you have here silver lining. The writer uses the phrase a silver lining in the final paragraph to emphasize the privileged position of some sufferers. Privileged position. Option B, positive aspect of research. Option C,
Migraine.
Migraine affects older people. Value of publishing.
Publishing.
Okay. Now, what is silver lining? Taken together, researchers are worrying and suggest that it is time for doctors to treat the condition more aggressively and to find out more about each individual's triggers so as to stop attacks from happening. But there is a silver lining. The structural changes should not be likened to dementia. See, first they are saying it is research, that together this research is worrying, research is terrible, research is bad, OET reading is difficult, OET reading is bad, OET reading is horrible, OET reading I cannot pass. All these things said, and after that, but there is a silver lining. I reached to EduSkills platform. So what is a silver lining about your OET study?
Reached to OET EduSkills.
Silver lining means when you go through some sufferings, people will say, don't worry, man, definitely there is a silver lining.
There
is a hope
for the
Hope.
Yeah, there is a hope. Yeah, hope means another word for hope.
Positive.
Positive or negative?
Positive.
Silver lining means positive. Silver lining means
Positive
always
aspect of
positive.
life.
Every cloud will have a silver lining, which means positive, right? Option B, right? That is nothing to understand the whole thing, a more positive aspect of the research. Now, first they are speaking the negative aspect, worrying aggressively, you should do, this is not enough, research is not good, research is really worrying, but there is a silver lining. The structural changes should not be likened to dementia. If you want to understand more, see the structural change, what you are saying, it is not like dementia. Dementia means units of that brain is already dead and gone. Alzheimer's disease or aging. The positive silver lining is this: where brain tissue is lost or damaged irreparably in migraine, the brain is compensating. In migraine, brain is compensating. That is a silver lining. In migraine, brain will compensate. Whereas in Alzheimer's disease or aging or dementia, there is no compensation. Once the brain cell is dead, dead forever. But in migraine, brain compensates. After some time, brain compensates. That is the silver lining. Means whatever is given after that is the explanation of silver lining. Even if there is a genetic predisposition, research suggests is the disease set that is driving networks to an altered state. That would suggest that treatments that reduce the frequency or severity of migraine will probably be able to reverse some of the structural changes, compensating. All these are positive, right? Do you understand the silver lining? Though they say there are some structural changes, some brain cells will die during migraine. Now it says it's not like your aging or dementia or Alzheimer's disease, but brain will compensate. Even structural changes in the brain can be reversed with treatment. So that's the silver lining. Some people have found a new medicine for cancer. It's a silver lining. Finding a vaccine for COVID-19 is a silver lining. Is that clear?
Yes, Father.
Yes, Father.
Yes.
Father.
Yes, then cool. Last one. What is the edging word?
Suggest.
Suggest, yeah. Writer suggest. Suggestion or opinion about the brain changes seen in migraine. About the brain changes. Suggestion about the brain changes. Option A, some of them may be beneficial. Option B,
Permanent.
Unlikely to be
unlikely to be permanent. Means opposite of permanent. Okay. Unlikely to permanent means may not be permanent. Means temporary. Some of them make treatment unnecessary.
treatment unnecessary.
They should still be seen as a cause of
Cause for concern.
cause of concern. Now already we have seen that paragraph. Now what does the writer suggest about the brain changes seen in migraine sufferers? Already we have read this paragraph. So some of them may be beneficial. Brain changes. Does the paragraph say some of them? What is silver lining? Migraine is good. Beneficial means if you have migraine every day 3 times, it will be very beneficial.
No, Father.
From common sense,
No.
from common sense, you know, migraine cannot be beneficial, right? Otherwise, you would have been injecting some medicine and getting migraine. You have never heard of it. Okay, that's common sense. And some of them make treatment unnecessary. Tuesday, or every Tuesday's migraine treatment is not required. Wednesdays and Thursdays, you need treatment. Okay, some of them. That's absurd, right? They should still be seen as a source of cause of concern. Now, maybe a cause of concern, but does the paragraph say that? Now, what are the changes, brain changes? About brain changes, they are saying structural changes, we said. Okay, what are they saying about the brain changes here?
Compensating.
Compensating. Yeah, compensating.
Reverse some of
Yeah,
the
reverse some of the structural changes. Probably they will reverse, means compensates, means not permanent. Reverse means permanent. It is reversible, means the effects are reversible. Effects of COVID-19 is reversible, means effects are not permanent. So what is the option?
Option B.
B, Father.
B. Yeah, unlikely to be permanent. The whole paragraph is repeatedly saying that it will not be permanent, it will compensate. Okay, even if there is a genetic disposition, research suggests is the disease set that is driving networks to an altered state. That would suggest that treatments that reduce the frequency or severity of migraine will probably be able to reverse some of the structural changes. Treatment can reverse. Treatment can compensate. Your brain will not have lasting impact. Treatments will compensate the brain cells or the effect of brain cells. Is that clear?
Yes, Father.
You have to learn these languages, okay? They are unlikely to be permanent. Sometimes you don't understand. Write that meaning in your own words. They are unlikely to be permanent means they are likely to be temporary. They are unlikely to be permanent means brain changes are temporary. They means instead of they, you have to write the brain changes are unlikely to be permanent means brain changes are temporary, can be compensated, can be reversed with medication. Oh my goodness, how is it going?